Hello Bloomington, I'm Mayor Tim Busse, and this is the Council Minute for the week of November 22nd. On Monday evening, the City Council held a special meeting to discuss the proposed 2022 tax levy and budget. Bloomington's budget manager, Kari Carlson, presented detailed information to the Council about the proposed levy, the budget, and other funds that require property tax support. These annual discussions are clearly the most important discussions we have as a city. And I can say without hesitation that the city staff and the City Council take very seriously the responsibility we have regarding taxing decisions and how your money is spent. This was especially evident on Monday night in the presentation that staff prepared and the Council discussion that followed. Now, each year, the county, the city, and the school district determine a total property tax dollar amount needed to fund services. That's called the annual tax levy. This year, Hennepin County's preliminary tax levy increase was 3.5%, and the Bloomington School District had an increase of 1.4%. The City of Bloomington's preliminary 2022 tax levy was set at $68.3 million, which was a 2.75% increase from 2021. Here's a chart showing city services and a breakdown of where that $68.3 million would go. You've heard me say it before. The majority of the tax levy funds police, fire, and public works. Last week, Hennepin County mailed out the proposed 2022 property tax statements. Ours arrived on Wednesday. This statement is also referred to as the annual truth-in-taxation statement. The statement includes a lot of info. It shows the proposed 2022 property tax amount compared to the current 2021 amount, as well as the total percent change. At the bottom of the page is the breakout of those total tax amounts that go to Hennepin County, the City of Bloomington, and the Bloomington School District. The split between those three entities is about 1/3, 1/3, 1/3, with a small portion going to other taxing authorities. But this year, many residents in Bloomington are seeing an increase in their overall property taxes between 5 and 15%. Our total tax bill increased 7%. Well, why is that? When the county was at 3.5%, the city at 2.75%, and the school district at 1.4%. The reason is that for 2022 property taxes, there has been a significant shift in the amount of taxes paid by residential properties, and that's happened for two main reasons. First is because the strong demand in the housing market has increased the values of many homes in Bloomington. And second, commercial properties saw a decline in value due to the pandemic. Not surprisingly, the lodging and retail sectors were especially hard hit, and those are two biggies in the City of Bloomington. Minnesota property tax calculations are complex, and that's putting it very nicely. But at its most basic, properties that have higher values pay a higher portion of the tax levy. The city's total proposed levy amount of $68.3 million is allocated among properties based on their value and type of property. Quick mayor's commercial here. The state does offer property tax refunds based on income for both homeowners and renters, and there is also a property tax refund available from the state for home values that have had a large increase in value in 1 year. That state refund form is called M1PR, and it can be found on the Minnesota Department of Revenue website. The Bloomington City Council will hold a public hearing on Monday, December 6th at 6 p.m. regarding the city's 2022 tax levy and budget. Please join us in person in the council chambers or virtually. Now, I mentioned earlier the presentation by Budget Manager Kari Carlson. If you didn't watch Monday night, I really encourage you to take the time to watch the presentation and the council discussion. And when I say take the time, you'll need to set aside at least a couple of hours. Kari's presentation was outstanding. She provided a detailed overview of the proposed 2022 tax levy and how it would impact median valued homes in Bloomington. She explained very specifically, but also very clearly, general fund expenses and staffing requests. She talked about our recreation enterprise funds, the communications fund, and the fire pension fund. She also shared feedback from residents regarding the budget, and she even talked in very preliminary terms about the 2023 budget. In short, she provided the City Council with the information we need to make knowledgeable budget decisions. And she laid out very clearly and very concisely specific details regarding the city's budget. And she did so in a way so everyone can understand it better. In terms of transparency and engagement, she knocked it out of the park. I can't think of a better opportunity for residents to learn about the city's budget and to gain a real understanding of what it all means. At our meeting last week, the City Council received a report from staff that summarized the work of the Racial Equity Strategic Planning Committee. The Racial Equity Strategic Planning Committee, which is shortened to RESPC, is comprised of residents, City of Bloomington staff, a City Council representative, and staff from the Bloomington Public Schools. It also includes a wide range of representatives from across the community, including folks from our nonprofits like Cornerstone and Veep and Bridging. It includes folks from our business community like Quality Bicycle Products, U.S. Bank, the Toro Company, and the local Radisson Blue. And it also includes people from financial and lending institutions and from cultural and community advocacy organizations. The group was given the task of identifying policy and operational strategies that the community could consider that would change the significant racial disparities in the social determinants of health. Social determinants of health are conditions in the environment where people are born, where they live, and learn, and work, and play. Those social determinants of health have a major impact on a person's health, their quality of life, and frankly, how long they live. Examples of social determinants of health include safe housing, economic stability, access to quality health care and education. Last Monday's presentation summarized the strategic planning process used by the RESPC and outlined some key possible strategies that could help reduce disparities and serve as a starting point for advancing the strategic plan. Those strategies include investing in public health, supporting small businesses, developing new home ownership initiatives, expanding public safety, mental health services, and more collaboration with the school district. The council was very supportive of this work, especially as it became clear that any work done to address racial disparities will ultimately improve outcomes for everyone in our community. There's more to come on this, so please stay tuned. That will do it for this week's Council Minute. Thanks again for tuning in. I hope everyone has a wonderful Thanksgiving weekend. Until next time, stay safe, Bloomington.